Kind of thing about it, people have been pushed boundary in stories ever since dawn time, and a lot of people don't complain about that shit. And this is a new genre, not genre, new generation where some genre aren't okay towards maybe the government. Well, the governments don't fucking care. It's just people are just so sensitive these days. Like, oh, you write this? You think you're into this type of content? Writers write so many content they're not into, but they want to make profit into that type of content. That's why a lot of people like, oh, like you're a writer who write rape and you're a rapist. That's like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. There's no logic to this. How you be? It's the only way you become a real rapist if you really rape somebody. But one thing that's really ticked me off, we still have a writer who's pushed boundaries and like in kids TV show, well, not as much, where the parents, I blame the parents, not blame the media or the company or the government. I blame the parents who don't shut the fuck up about how violent the kids shows are. Like, dude, they're age rated for a reason. There's like little people, well, like Y7 or now, like, I don't know how the whole freaking film, movies, TV show are rain out. Not these. I never know how that works. All right, video games have more easy racism than the freaking books, freaking fucking TV shows. I'm not lying. But people who pull up like the shit like in Family Guy where Stewie got pregnant. But when people write those type of content, other people, just for fun on the media, or they write in their own story, they are criminal. They're never complaining about Family Guy that part, probably just maybe once or twice, but it's because the dog was in, right? It doesn't really count to be complaining about how Stewie get pregnant. Stewie build a machine, get pregnant from a dog, so yeah. Still was a fucked up episode. And a lot of people don't complain about it. Sure, if it was a fictional character who's adult and a child, a child, then you got a person just like rimming about how fucking messed up it is. But I'm talking about fiction, not real life. This is just to let you know, I don't approve those type of behavior in real life, but just trying to say how people are sensitive these days. I forgot to say my intro, huh? Empire nerd. Make sure. But anyways, you see what I'm saying, right? I'm saying, like, if it was a dog, it's okay. If you see it's an adult character, then it's just messed up. There's one episode where Peter Griffin actually married his own son. So, Chris is a minor character and Peter is adult. I know it's not really sexual, it's just he's just wanted the money. But I'm just saying, and that's kind of weird, because that is kind of like mixed with pedophilia and incest, but they probably ignored the pedophilia and just went to the incest part, and they're okay with it. Like Solar Moon. Like, I heard there's a censorship, make the lovers cousins. Oh yeah, lesbians is forbidden, but incest okay? This is why I really hate human beings. Like, literally, like, make up your mind. Are you okay with murder in the films? Are you not okay with off brands, like, go beyond murder? I'm just trying to put my saying out there. Like, this is, like, dawn time, people have been pushing boundary. Like, the old fairy tale, where, like, they don't really discuss this version, where, like, Little Red Riding Hood is a little girl, right? And in the old story, the wolf has sex with Little Riding Hood to stage to go down the path. I'm not fucking kidding. That's actually real. It's a really old story about like the 19 something. I forget what. I forget. I read an article about it, and it was from the 19 something, where like children's books were different that time. And usually children's books is meant to scare them stray or like be gore as possible, and then people don't have, the parents don't like not even bother the content because there's not really age rating back then. Then when they have age rating, they're now always have so many excuses where like, okay, kids gonna be happy sunshine, but when they read a violence book about murder and everything and like rape in the story and all that, and they blame the company to sell that book. Like, how in the world a kid could get that type of book? Like, it's like a for example, a doji, like hentai manga. It's like the kids go in the store getting a comic book, and he saw doji and want to buy that, and he gets to the counter and he can't buy it, but the only way he can buy it is parents to buy him. Then to be a parent's fault. It's not the company fault. This is not company fault. The governments can censor the things, but they don't want to change their art. All right, they might censor curse words and censor nudity, but they won't change somebody's art. It's a formal way to express themselves, a freedom of speech. That's why a lot of cons and showcons are under constitution of the government. Government can ignore that state law because it says it's all on constitution rights. It's not like the same thing as the real deal. That's what I like about fiction. There's a lot of things you can get away with. Would I do it in real life? No. Only an idiot do it in real life. I'm just saying right here, like especially South Park, they push content way further than anybody, except Mr. Pickles. Yeah, they push the content a little bit further. Oh, I saw one episode. A guy drinks rat urine and eats them. Like, I feel so screaming. I feel so bad because I used to have a pet rat. And that was a one of the fucked up episode, but I respect it because this guy is pushing boundary through the roof. That's why Mr. Pickles is so popular, where like there's a fucked up satanic dog who decapitates someone's head and starts fucking it. Just give it a mouthful. Say that over and over like 5 times faster. Someone was a guy who smoked marijuana before coming up with that idea. Like JoJo Bizarre Adventure. They push boundary where like, oh, this girl almost got bestiality or something like that. There's a orangutan who can mutilate the ships and everything. Mutilate the ship and all that, and he's the whatever. I don't watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure that much. I do love it. I like the part when the girl like had the wounds, flake wounds you, and she can control you. He make the guy lick a dirty toilet. Lick. I start bust up laughing. It's supposed to be bizarre to go through the story. Whoever made it, I gotta give them prompts. Like Goblin Slayer. That thing was dark in the first episode I watched. Like, I already told you that my friend know more than me. I'm the first one introduced Goblin Slayer. And he watched the whole way through. He watched it 4 times. And I bet he watched the 5th time, the 6th time, the 7th time. And he showed me clips. It's a very good anime. I need to watch that tomorrow with my family. It's not about goblins raping. Well, there is raping goblins, but there's a story behind it. He told me a lot, and it's very interesting. And the raping is a pushing boundary because no animator ever goes. Well, actually, it's not the first anime put rape in it and animal slaughter and maybe Lycon, Shokan in their content. But I'm just trying to say right here, it's nothing wrong to push boundaries. People are just too sensitive, and people need to shut the fuck up and fix the real problems. If you hear that, that's my family in the background. So yeah, nothing wrong. I'm telling the truth. I mean, actually, I'm telling the truth. I'm speaking the truth. And I don't freaking care. If it's not giving me a job and I'm passionate about fiction and I have no boundaries, those jobs can go fuck themselves and I'm just going to write the rest of my life and just get the money from that. I'm just tired of people being sensitive to what I write in the media to practice becoming the best writer ever and become the best gamer ever. Someday I need a push boundary to make money and have fun with it, you know? You only live once on this planet. I feel so passionate about it. I feel so safe, so dorm, so creative. It's like it's like air. I need to make it. I need to make it happen. People push boundaries all the time. Not just writers on the media or just writer in general. Everybody push boundary in fiction. Except the children writers. They just want to write children's story and they won't push boundary unless they want to make it a little bit dark. But you can't make too dark. So I might write adult books more than kids books. So yeah, signing out in my kingdom.